Welcome to part 2 of Can Make We Eat.
Caroline, the first question I want to ask is, what is can?
The only reference to Kankankan that I can make is similar kind of ingredients to suya.
So the pepper is what the can is?
Yeah,
okay.
so this recipe is from my favorite place by U Building. It's where all the government buildings are, and it's by Brookfields in Sierra Leone. And at night, the meat vendors come out.
Ah, like the suya.
Like the suya.
I remember I went to Lagos once and my mum had a goat in the backyard to kill. For us to eat, and obviously I had my kids then, and we all fell in love with the goat.
Listen, you just know you're on an African show when somebody tells you that
they're gonna kill.
They've got a goat at the background to
Literally,
kill.
the goat was in the backyard. The kids fell in love with the goats, so we could not eat any meat. So they cooked it. We could not eat.
When I was doing the location shoots in Sierra Leone, I was given a gift, and it was a goat.
Oh my God.
They said I have to take the goat back to Freetown or somewhere and eat it.
Oh my God.
And I was trying to explain that we don't have space in the car for us to take the goat. I was in the back, there was lots of laughter. And what had happened, the guy who was insisting that we take this goat had gone out to get a plastic bag, making legs out of it to put the nappy on the goat. The driver stood there like looking at the goat, looking at the car, looking at the goat and thinking,
not in my car.
Not in my car, that's not happening. Yeah, should we pop it open?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really, look at me. You know what that means.
I know, right?
Your husband will not be happy with that. Or maybe he might be, who knows.
In here I've got the Kankankan, fresh breadcrumbs, thyme, parsley,
and chives.
all fresh, hand chopped nicely. I've got butter. So this is unsalted butter. And then we've got our lamb over here. So whilst you're multitasking, you tell everyone about your different series.
Since I started, I've had like 3 series of artwork since 2019. So my first one was This Is Me, just based on me coming out of fashion and doing art. And it was really a representation of me, how I liked dressing, how I like people dressing, my love of colour and boldness, my love for the culture, and me just wanting to promote dark skin tone girls. My favourite piece in that series was Let Go of Your Past. Let Go of Your Past was me basically letting go of my past as a fashion designer to now become an artist, which, you know, as we were saying earlier on, the transition from one career to the next is so scary. You have to really put faith in yourself. This is the biggest leap of faith that you'll have in yourself. Yeah, did that, launched it in the pandemic.
Wow.
I know.
It's very brave.
But when the pandemic happened, I was like, okay, I need a new career. Who's going to buy art? Everyone's sitting at home. No one's going to have money. Luckily for me, that was the time that people were really wanting to buy art. They had disposable money to spend on things like art. During the 2020 pandemic, I then also started working on my second collection, Colorism.
Okay.
And that was based on everything that happened in 2020, especially after George Floyd.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to address racism, but in a different way. With colorism, it's more internal and it's about us not liking ourselves, not loving ourselves, and the whole perpetuation of lighter skin tone being more glamorous and beautiful than darker skin tone, which is something that we are dealing with because of colonization.
My headscarf is inspired by colorism, right?
Yeah, so you can see the use of different skin tone girls to make one woman, which is like, you know, as Africans, you can turn around and really
wants to stay that way forever.
I wanted to do clothing, I wanted to do homeware as well. So there was like bespoke furniture that went with the art. So the whole idea is like a home decor range, beautiful pieces that really spoke about the culture, spoke about both heritage, you know, being British and being African as well, and what that means. I really wanted to create a proper lifestyle brand, you know.
So we're going to try and put thin crust over this.
So this is the right consistency, right?
Yeah, put it all over this because we want to do thin layers all over the lamb. Talk to me about the new
series. So the new series is called While I'm on Pause. I called it While I'm on Pause because I started on a new series which is based on, do you know, you've heard of Chinua Achebe?
Yes.
The author?
I love Chinua Achebe.
Exactly. I knew you would, but I just want to things fall apart.
Things fall apart.
And obviously being Igbo and my culture. Okay. I wanted to learn more about my Igbo culture. The series is called When Things Come Together.
Okay.
Based on characters from Things Fall Apart.
From Things Fall Apart, yeah.
So whenever I do any of my art collection, I do the do the work, and I kind of leave it to breathe. While I did that, another idea came to mind and then I called it While I'm on Pause, because I was kind of on pause. This one is just really light-hearted, very colourful, not as serious, based on my music icons like Josephine Baker, Erykah Badu.
Oh, I love Erykah
Prince.
Badu. Oh, now I see what all the
all
head,
the flamboyance, and the feathers
Mm.
in that series. Yeah, so that came from that.
So this is all done. I'm going to put this in the fridge now to kind of let the butter set and everything for about half an hour. Then when it comes out, it goes straight in the oven for 20 minutes. So we're going to make the salad now, which is the tomato salad. And I've got these beautiful heritage tomatoes here. Your art evokes really strong emotional responses from viewers and that. Because when my daughter and I went to see your colorism piece, and she saw, she saw the models with the lipstick and the lips and that. She saw herself in that, and she was like, "Oh my God, Mom, look!" You know, she's really celebrating my kind of lips, isn't it?
So interesting for me because and I'm going to be very honest. When I first started as an artist, I wasn't thinking about how it's going to make other people feel. I really wasn't, and I don't know if it's because I didn't come from that art background. I don't know, but I was just like, I just want to create beautiful pieces that that people hopefully like as well. I really wasn't expecting people to be very emotional, and I guess that's what art does. And people are always surprised that I'm not into art like that. I wasn't. Now I am. I wasn't into art like that. I didn't go to museums. I didn't know any artists. So
that really, it's an inspiration. You don't have to come from that background to aspire to be more or to show your creative flair.
In the beginning, I felt like I had to because the art world is so elite. So for me, I knew that I had to kind of like make my own way in this world. I remember one exhibition I had, and this lady came to me and she was like, "Oh, I love your work, and it does this, it does that." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then she emailed me separately, and she said, "My father passed away. He loved art and he loved supporting artists, and I really want to spend the inheritance money that I got from him to buy your work and support it, because it really, some of the subjects you spoke about really resonated with me, and I think he'd be so proud that I'm just kind of was wanting to tear up thinking about that. But this is what art does to you.
Absolutely.
And I was shocked. I was not expecting it whatsoever, how deep people would really read into the work
and connect with it.
And connect with it,
different people connect to different art in different ways. So this one, it needs to be like finely chopped. Just the leaves.
The white wine
vinegar. Yeah. 1 teaspoon of this.
This is the sugar.
Yeah, that's the sugar.
Half of the shallots.
Yeah, half of the shallots. So for anyone watching who is an aspiring artist, what advice would you give them?
I think as a creative, we overthink everything.
Yeah.
And we are perfectionists with everything. It's never quite ready. Don't overthink it, just do it. Just do it straight away, and then see what people say, and then you can work from the mistake then. Okay.
So how is that?
That looks so good.
Season. Mix it, give it a bit of a shake, and then just see. Black pepper here as well. We can add a bit of pepper to it. So we're going to put this aside and let it marinate, get all that seasoning to soak in a little bit, and then, we're ready to eat it with some lime. Now we're doing some plantain flatbread.
And some people would look at this and think, no, I'm not buying this, it's off.
Absolutely.
But it has to be this right for certain dishes.
Yes, absolutely.
Otherwise it won't work.
We're just going to top and tail, cut it in half, put it in the pot, boil it for 10 minutes, and then blend it, add it to the dough. It's very, very simple. This is self-raising flour, some baking powder, because we need to give that flour a little boost. Roll it, cut it into dough balls, and we have our flatbread. Top and tail, cut it in half into this
boiling
water here. So talk us through your collaborations and the different collaborations that
I've been very, 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 very lucky and very blessed that the work has been received as well as it has been. And the whole idea of it was to have art in prominent places, especially, Black arts, Black women, culture. And I didn't think it would be as easy as it has actually been. Yes, I've had it, at the Mondrian. I've Worked with Nobu, the Stork restaurants.
Yeah,
People have seen it at Stork. Papa L's in central London.
Yeah, Papa L's.
The Langham Hotel.
Yeah.
With Chef Dom, who
yeah,
you know.
Who I know, amazing chef.
An amazing chef. Chef Dom found me online, approached me and said, look, you know, I'm going to be at the Langham Hotel, would love to have your artwork on the wall. Obviously a really proud moment for me to have my work in such a space, which is very, very British. My other recent collaboration, which I have behind me.
Yes.
Well, this is your bottle.
This is my bottle.
By the way.
Oh my God. Can I open it?
Yeah. So this is a collaboration I did with Ciroc Vodka.
Oh,
so it's my art.
Look at that. That is so beautiful.
So this is from the new series While I'm on Pause.
What's in here?
Oh, and a t-shirt.
And
so it's like a little gift box with the new t-shirt from the range.
This is just beautiful. Which of all these collaborations you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of is that the work has spoken for itself, and I've just kind of like stayed true to what I wanted to do and how I wanted to produce and represent the art. I had a moment very early on in my career with one of my agents who wanted me to change the style of my work a little bit because they felt it was
it's always the
too
thing,
strong,
isn't it?
and people might not get it, and I kind of stuck to that.
Earlier, and we were talking off camera about the fact that quite a lot of the time as black creatives, you either put into a box or you try to change who you are, or what you represent.
Yeah. And we've always had to try and fit in.
Yeah,
we've always had to try and adapt
fit
and
in,
conform. Yeah.
Rather than represent truly who you are.
Yeah.
Everyone should be able to be themselves, authentically themselves.
Ultimately, that's what we want to get to, and it's still a struggle. We're not quite there yet.
Nope.
But, we have come a long way.
Absolutely.
As a community where we are now so much more proud of our heritage and our culture than we were before. I've
got a quote here which I stole from your website. Your work advocates for inclusivity, inviting viewers to appreciate black culture and multifaceted beauty and style. And that spoke to me because that's what it evokes. Like it really does truly evokes that. So
thank you. What legacy would you like to leave with everything that you're trying to do?
African food or West African food to be considered on par with every other cuisine in the world. Yeah. To be able to just say, this is us and this is the food that we eat and all of that. That representation as well, which I feel like is very, very important. Food culture that's been, or food ways that's been there for over 4,000 years, it deserves to be celebrated like any other food ways. And we're just going to leave this for a bit now, just for half an hour or so, to get all that baking powder and everything in. And then, I don't know, why am I smacking the bread? Baking powder and everything. Right, so we're back to flatbread.
Yeah, so we've let this rest
for half an hour. And now we're going to cut it into 10 individual portions. Look at that.
Well, it's not quite 10, but I mean, it's okay.
So we're going to do it in a little bowl first, make it easy to roll out. So if you have to invite somebody to come on the next episode, who would it be?
Oh, here?
Yeah, and why?
Oh, good question. Do you know who I would love to actually see? Which, I don't know how you'd feel about it, but I think I'd love another chef to cook with you.
Absolutely.
I have worked recently with Chef Dom from the Langham Hotel, and someone I love dearly and love his personality, and obviously him being Caribbean, you being African. I think the juxtaposition between both of you, obviously you're both black, but you still cook very, very different foods.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting.
It'll be very interesting. Yeah, I think he's a good guest.
Yeah,
it'll be a good
make it happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Let's try and make it happen.
Let's try and make
if you're
it happen.
watching this,
yeah, hurry up, Duncan.
Can you please come on this show?
Yeah, rolling pin.
So we're gonna roll.
Yeah, check you out. Doing all the roly poly, and then we put it on the pan. Fully it's
Just
hot
put it like
enough.
that?
Yeah, just put it.
No oil?
No oil.
Oh wow, that's so cool. So what else could you add in this if you wanted to like make it fancy?
If you wanted to zhuzh it up,
Yeah.
you could add fresh herbs to
Yeah.
it. You could actually make these and just use them as a sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolls, isn't it?
Can't wait to go home and show my mum what I've learnt today.
Look at that.
Yeah.
See? And then we just put that in here.
Do you know what? This is a different cooking show because I like the fact that you're actually getting your guests to actually cook. They're not just standing there talking.
For me, this is a way of simplifying it and just showcasing that it's not that difficult. This is an ingredient that you can buy from your local supermarket and put this dish together. So you don't have to be African or chef or from an African background to cook these dishes, and that's what this is about.
Okay, so we are at the final stage. We've finished our flatbread.
Yep.
It looks amazing. So I'm just going to butter this last one. See, when people think of African food, they don't think it's like this. They think
seriously.
It's going to be, I
don't
don't know,
know,
a goosey soup
some
style stuff all the time.
intestines with horrible bits. We've got our lamb.
So we've tested one already to make sure, and it looks perfect.
Absolutely. Looks so good. Brilliant.
This looks amazing. I'm in heaven.
Whilst I'm carving this and just cutting it, can you tell the viewers what's next for Caroline? What's next for Chi Chi?
Next? This year, I've got a lot of things up in the air at the moment. Something going on in Japan, hopefully. My next series I'm working on at the moment as well. So yeah, so the next thing is obviously International Women's Month, which I'm doing a couple of shows. One of them was with my agent Gone Rogue. We're doing something at the Langham Hotel. So if anyone wants to find out more, follow me on social media, subscribe to my newsletter, and you'll learn more about it and hopefully come.
Should we
plate it up?
Let's plate up.
Am I gonna eat this?
No,
Can we
we're
just,
gonna try.
I want everyone to see how beautiful this is first before I dig.
You're just like, I don't want to dig in.
It's one of those things that you just don't want to eat. I made this.
You made that. Seriously, you made that. You put that together. There we go. Lamb Kankankan, rack of lamb with Kankankan Crust and heritage tomato salad. This dish is inspired by street food in Sierra Leone. The vendors that come out at night at U Building. This basically is just to showcase how easy it is to put all of these dishes together. From my cookbook,
Can I eat?
Sweet Salone. Yes, let's eat.
That's all I want to do.
Let's eat.
Oh my God. This is amazing, guys. You have to try this. I did a great job. I think this might be better than what you would have made.
Yeah, you did a great job.
How long was the lamb in the oven for again?
20 minutes. So the lamb was 20 minutes in the oven.
I'm done.
You can use less spice in your Kankankan mix recipe it's in the book as well. If you don't like it spicy.
I can oh my God, I can taste the plantain, taste the sweetness of the plantain, but it still tastes like bread.
This is like a food dance.
Yeah, like when you're eating.
When you're eating good
satisfied,
food and you're satisfied, you do a little food dance.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode with the amazing Caroline Chinakwe. Do please subscribe, like, comment, share, everything that you can do basically to support us.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Thank you. And try and get the book and try this for yourself.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Should we
Great
cheers?
Sweet Salone and do this.
And your white wine.
Sparkling.
Cheers. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all.